Masorti Judaism encompasses thousands of members.
Traditionally, a synagogue is the beating heart of the Jewish experience.
As a rabbi at New North London Synagogue, I would be teaching children every week. I would be seeing people in synagogue services.
Face-to-face contact was the norm. It was the ability to talk to your friends, to shake someone's hand and look in their eye and say Shabbat Shalom. It was everything. There was no other way.
That's all changed.
In terms of the last year and the impact that COVID has had on Masorti Judaism synagogues, it's been huge.
It came like a sledgehammer and knocked down everything that we already knew.
The doors of the synagogue were shut. It's just unthinkable. It was something you could never have anticipated.
My father came down with COVID symptoms just before the lockdown and became very, very ill very quickly. He ended up in hospital on a ventilator and sadly died in April. There was no goodbye, which I think is the hardest part.
There were families who had a bereavement and a shiver happening now. And they said, well, what are we doing? We had to figure out new ways to connect.
It was very interesting to be part of a conversation with our other Masorti synagogues about how each of our communities can deal with this new reality.
They shared their COVID planning and things that they were doing in their communities. One idea sparked another.
Looked after my mother by delivering meals and treats once a week.
I got regular phone calls.
Regular coffee mornings.
Concerts, lectures.
As many religious services as we were able to create.
What New London did was stream out Shabbat services.
And there was a real sense of being together and of doing something familiar in a slightly unfamiliar way.
I think the online services were in some way a lifeline. It was a way of accessing spirituality, even a semblance of normality, because we were going through the same prayers and the same melodies that one would do in the synagogue. It's very hard to describe how it impacted me, but it was very, very important, and it still is.
It's extraordinary, the hundreds and hundreds of people out there that have each done their little bit.
We've had a lot of feedback and responses of enormous gratitude from people saying, thank you for doing this.
I think as a Masorti community, we're all about being able to look at our tradition and work out how we can move forward if we have to.
If anything, it's demonstrated the power of community, and that community is resilient and translatable into different media.
You don't need a physical building in order to be a community.